Hello, my name is Dawn from Infinite You Life Coaching. Today we'll be doing a yin yoga flow that is geared towards, I don't want to say relieving grief, but allowing grief. So we'll be working on opening the areas that we tend to hold that tension in, that emotion in, so that energy that gets trapped there. So think about your neck, your shoulders, your heart space, and your hips. So those are the areas that we'll be working with today. Um, so let's go ahead and get into a comfortable seat. Maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Feeling your sit bones grounding down into the mat, being supported by the mat. You are safe. And with your next inhale, just extending your spine nice and tall. And as you exhale, while keeping that extension, just softening just a little bit. And just watch your breath here. Not controlling it. Just being the observer. And continue to feel the mat support you. And allow this time and space that we're setting aside for our yin practice to be your sacred space. And as we move through our practice today, we can carry along this intention. The intention of allowing this sacred pause, this sacred space to honor however it is that we may feel. And know that we all grieve in our own way, in our own time. And there's no right or wrong way. And maybe placing your hands on your heart, palms right against your heart, maybe feeling your heartbeat, maybe feeling your breath. And repeat that intention, maybe out loud or to yourself, that I allow this sacred pause to honor how I feel. Let it settle into your heart. Let it settle into every cell of your body. It's okay to give yourself this time, this pause on your mat. And we'll take a few deep breaths here. So a long, slow, deep breath in. And ever so gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And ever so softly let that go. And when you're ready, you can flutter your eyes open, releasing your hands from your heart. And we'll slowly work ourselves into our first yin pose. So we'll be coming into a child's pose. And you might have a bolster, a pillow that you could use out in front of you. There are a couple different ways that you could take this child's pose, and for all of us, it'll depend how we feel. So maybe you want to put the bolster down in front of you with a cheek down, either arms right at the side or extending arms out. You could also take your bolster and put it forearm level. Maybe getting it just so that you could rest your head on it, or dropping your head to the mat, depending on how open you are in your shoulders. And if you'd like to, you could also activate all your meridians by tucking your toes here And again, finding that comfortable place, either letting your head go down to the mat or allowing your head to be supported by your bolster. So take this beginning time to find which pose you'd like to take, and if it's a different version of child's pose, that's okay. I'm going to leave my toes tucked today with my head down on the mat and my arms supported by the bolster. We'll be holding this pose for 5 minutes. So once you find that comfortable position, just allow yourself to breathe. And just breathe. Allow this position to welcome any tightness to soften, whether that's the back of your neck, your upper shoulders. If your toes are tucked, allowing that tension to go as well. If anything becomes too much, you can always release it and come into a different version. Remember, with yin, any motion is just very intentional. Always listening to your body. And maybe your head is propped up on the bolster and you feel something shift, a softening. You can always adjust your bolster to lower your head a little deeper into towards the mat. Allowing every exhale to be an invitation to soften. And remember that in yin, it's very common for us to release that emotion. And that could manifest as deep sighs, tears, crying. It could even be happiness, elation. But in our case today, whatever you feel, just allow it. Be present with the grief that surfaces. Give it the presence of compassionate listening. Just being open to hear what it has to say. Then let it be. Don't try to change it. And allow it to pass. And breathing into any area that you do feel tension. Let it fill up with this light, this healing light. And then as you exhale, allow all that tension just to be let go, just to soften. And when you're ready, you can slowly, maybe start just by a slight rock side to side, like you would rock a baby. And when it feels right, you can take your hands by your shoulders and then just push up. If your toes are tucked, we can untuck those toes and we'll sit back. From here, we're just going to sit in a cross-legged position to start. And then extending your right leg out and having your left foot towards your right inner thigh. We're just going to sit up nice and straight here. So feel both sit bones grounded into the mat. Maybe having your bolster close by. You can have your bolster out in front of you. And we're just going to allow ourselves to sit nice and tall. So inhaling, thinking about taking that string, pulling your spine nice and tall. And letting out a sigh on the exhale. Again, taking an inhale, sitting nice and tall. And then beginning to walk yourself forward. And this can look however you want it to. In fact, if you have the bolster in front of you, you could prop it up and just drop your head onto the bolster with your arms heavy. Or you can have the bolster out in front of you, maybe with the cheek down on one side, resting your forehead on your hands. Whatever feels good. I'm going to go ahead and prop up my bolster today. Again, this is going to be a 5-minute hold, so make sure you find a position that is comfortable. And once you're there, just begin allowing your body to relax. Notice where you might be holding tension. And see if you can soften that tension on every exhale. Like we mentioned at the beginning, we tend to hold emotion, the base of our head, our neck, our shoulders, our heart space, and our hips. So just notice what you feel. Allow your body to relax. Just breathe. Allow your face to be heavy. Softening your eyes and your jaw. Seeing if you can release any of the tension, that habitual holding that we do in our shoulders. See if we can allow that to soften even just a little bit. And today I'm finding even just allowing my arms to dangle down below me is too much. So I have the tops of my hands on the floor just on the other side of my legs, so behind me. Just breathe. And let's go ahead and take a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And just surrender on the exhale. When you're ready, pushing into your hands, we'll come back up to a seated position. And we'll lean back here. Maybe bring your feet together in front of you for a little windshield wiper. Now extending your left foot out and bringing the sole of your right foot into your inner left thigh. You can then either bring the bolster in, you could cross your hands as a pillow, you could rest your head on the bolster that is coming up towards your head. Once you find the position you would like, beginning allowing your face to soften. Allowing all these muscles in your skull and around your face to just let go. Surrendering to this moment, surrendering to gravity. Imagining all those muscles just softening. Releasing any held tension. Allowing your jaw to melt down towards your neck. releasing any tension in the back of your neck at the base of your skull. All the while that we're releasing, we're also scanning. Sometimes we can notice that held emotion, trapped emotion, as a heaviness, a feeling of it being stagnant, or full even. So as you're moving through the back of your neck and your shoulders, even your face, letting go of any tension on the exhale, but also scanning and looking for areas where we can breathe into a little more, soften a little more. Allowing your shoulders to be so heavy. Just breathe. And from here, we'll take a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And sigh as you release. And when you're ready, no matter where you are, we'll push into our hands as we start bringing ourselves back up into a seated position. Take our bolster and put it towards the front of the mat as we just bring ourselves back into some windshield wipers. And just allowing any tension to let go. And from here, we're going to come into a kneeling position towards the back of the mat. And from here, just allowing your hands to come behind you. Fingertips can really go in any direction. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. I kind of like mine out to the side. And then we're just going to lift our hips up for a little stretch, camel style. Maybe a slight, ever so slight rock side to side. And from here, we're going to come into a puppy pose. So you can do a standard puppy pose with no bolster. You could bring the bolster so that it's under your lower ribs, so it might take a little bit of figuring out here. But your hips should be directly above your knees. And just getting the bolster right between supporting your upper body, but also allowing your chin to come down. So you could be in this pose here. So you could have no bolster. The bolster underneath your upper arm torso area. Or you could have your forearms on the bolster, allowing your forehead to come to the floor. And this is the position I'll be taking today. Again, we'll be holding this for 5 minutes, so if at any point it becomes too much, you could always sit back into a child's pose or come into a different version. And once you're in a comfortable position, let's breathe. Coming back to that intention of I allow this sacred space so that I may honor how I feel. Just breathe. Feel the bolster and the mat support you. See if you can let go of the muscles that do not need to be working right now. Allow gravity to do its job. There's nothing to force here, and nothing should hurt. Allowing yourself to open, to release any emotion that may be trapped in these areas. Just breathe. Allowing every exhale to be an opportunity to soften a little bit more. To resist gravity just a little bit less. And taking in a long, slow, deep breath in. See if you can just release into that exhale. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And just surrender to the mat. When you're ready here, I'm just going to walk my knees up one step just so I can get some ground underneath myself. I'm going to come up into a seated position. I'm just going to set the bolster to the side. And I'm going to bring a block up to the very front of the mat. So we'll be coming into a Sphinx pose. Just coming down onto your hips. The tops of your feet are on the mat. Maybe just holding opposite elbows for a moment to get good alignment. Your shoulders should be directly over your elbows. And what we'll be doing is you'll have the option of using the block in front of you. Of course, you could use the bolster as well. But I encourage you to try to come into this full Sphinx pose. Now, we are going to hold it for the full 5 minutes, which seems like a lot because Sphinx is actually a lot of work. We're going to let those back feet be a little bit wider than normal. And your legs and your feet are relaxed. You can feel your pelvic bone touching the mat. Elbows and forearms are touching the mat. And from here, allowing your body to push your elbows into the floor. And think of the back of your heart just reaching out in front of you. Maybe even envisioning your heart opening here. With a soft breath. Every exhale is an opportunity to release a muscle that doesn't need to be working right now. Keeping that heart reaching forward, but the elbows are still pushing into the mat. Just breathe. Feeling your heart open. Maybe scanning your heart and seeing what kind of tension is being held there. Do you feel any of that tightness, that heaviness? If it becomes too much to hold your head up, that's what the block in front of you is for. You can lower your head down onto the block, adjusting whatever height seems correct for you. And just bring your attention to that whole heart area. Feeling your back reaching through, pushing the heart forward, supporting your heart, protecting your heart. And bringing your attention to the left side of your heart, which is the nourishment side, to where we accept the love that's given us. Getting nourished by the love of others, allowing this side of your heart to be open to receive. And then bringing your attention to the bottom of your heart. This part of your heart needs to be strong. It holds up your entire heart. The foundation of everything that your heart is. And then bringing your attention to the right side of your heart. It's where we give love. It's how we speak our truth and give others the love and support they deserve. as we do this, we continue to breathe. Maybe breathing into each section of the heart. The nourishment, the strength and support. And where we give, where we speak our truth. You can come to the very front of your heart. It's the shield. It's what protects you. Sometimes when we have grief, that shield is trying to protect us from it. But we can remind our heart it's okay. That grief is a natural process and it's nothing to be afraid of. It only asks for our attention, for our presence. And then there's the back of your heart, the wisdom that deep inside we hold all the answers we seek. And then you can bring your attention to the very top of your heart. It's where you connect to your higher self, to Source, to the universe, to the divine, to God. The top of your heart reaches out and flows all those answers to the wisdom side of your heart. Top of your heart reminds you you are never alone and always supported. Which brings us to the very center of our heart. In the middle of all these sides, all these points, is the Anahata, the heart chakra. Is the unstruck, the untouched, pure. It's where your empathy and compassion stem from. But we take the heart as a whole. It gives, it receives. It protects. And it helps. Offers solutions. Let's take a deep breath here. Breathing into your whole heart. And let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And gently let that go. And when you're ready, we're going to lift our head up. And you can set your block aside. From here, we're going to extend the right arm straight out, palm down on the floor. So the arm from the shoulder to the fingertips are on the floor. You can allow that right cheek to come onto the floor as well. Take a breath here. And when you're ready, you're going to bend your left knee right up to the side here. And you can stay here. Or you can take your left hand under your left shoulder and then just creep that left knee in a little bit to change the angle in which you're on your right shoulder. And you can continue to do that until you reach a point where maybe you might want to take that front foot behind you. And you're just going to breathe. If at any point anything feels too much, just come back one step. Forget you can be completely flat on the mat with just your knee bent. You get to decide. And scan your shoulder, your chest, looking for any stuck emotion, any stagnant energy. But just breathing into that shoulder, bringing healing light, and bring a softening on the exhale. Just continue to breathe. You also have the option of taking that left arm, bringing it up and then dropping it behind you, seeing what that feels like. We'll take in a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently let that go. Let's do that one more time. Long, slow, deep breath in. And just completely soften on the exhale. And when you're ready, you can start unwinding from wherever you were. Bringing your legs back behind you. And we're just going to take that right arm and thread it underneath the left. And then just bring the left arm to the other side so we have this crisscross. And we're not going to hold this very long, just as a little counter pose. So just breathing into what you feel. And when you're ready, releasing that left hand, we'll just push into the left hand and come back into our Sphinx. So again, just adjusting your body, getting comfortable again. This time, taking the left arm, shoulder level out to the side. So fingertips to shoulder are down. Left cheek is down on the mat. From here, I'm going to bend that right knee and bring that out to the side. Maybe staying here. Or bringing your right hand underneath your right shoulder, pushing in a little bit, and then just creeping that right knee in a little bit and seeing how that feels on your shoulder. If that feels okay, you could bend that right knee and just bring the foot to the other side, coming right over your body. And of course, you could stay here, or you could also bring the right arm up and then just allow it to hang below and behind your back. And just breathe. Allow your body to soften on every exhale. Allow this sacred pause. Honor how you feel. Let what is just be. Give it the time and the space to be here. Just breathe. Allow your body to soften just a little bit more. Breathe into the tension. Breathe in healing light. And let anything that doesn't serve you go on the exhale. And we'll take a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And surrender to gravity on the exhale. And when you're ready, we'll unwind. Slowly bring our belly back down to the mat. Then we'll thread this left hand palm down to the other side, crisscross style. Bring the right arm in front. And again, just taking this short counter pose. Just noticing what you feel. And when you're ready, we're going to just push ourselves back up into a seated position. Maybe just step your knees forward and come down onto your bottom. We're going to take the bolster right behind us, maybe leaving a little gap. And we're going to be coming into our supported fish. So feet out in front of you. And then just allowing your body to relax down onto the bolster. Arms can be wherever is comfortable. And really feel your heart space open here. Maybe imagining a light within your heart. And that light is breaking through every place that's open, encouraging you to open just a little bit more. It's almost as if your heart is having the opportunity to breathe this light after being confined, opening it, refreshing it, supporting it. If it feels right, you could put your hand on your heart space. But maybe you just want your heart to be free. Free to feel whatever it may feel. There's no right or wrong in grief. You can be feeling the heaviest of grief and the happiest of joys at the same time. Your joy, it doesn't overrun your grief. The grief doesn't overrun your joy. You can experience them both. It's okay to be happy while grieving. Just to allow your heart to open. Really touching in on what that heart energy feels like. Maybe even doing a little metta meditation here, sending love out to those around you. While your heart is so open, and breathe in so much love and send it out to all your family. Taking a deep breath in, filling that heart, allowing it to be as open as possible. And sending love out to all your friends. Feel that love move. Another long, slow, deep breath in, taking in all the love, the metta, the loving kindness. And sending it out to all your acquaintances, all the people you've met along the way. You don't know them very much, may not even know their names. Send them this love, this light. Breathe in again, a nice long, slow, deep breath in. So much loving kindness. It's so possible even while feeling grief. And let it flow to every cell in your body. Then breathing that same loving kindness back in, because your cells are returning it back to you. Fill your heart. And flow it out to all others who are also grieving. So accepting the loving kindness from others and extending loving kindness to the world. Because everyone is grieving about something. It's everyone. It's everything. Feel that heart open. Let's take a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And release that breath. We'll bring the soles of our feet onto the mat and just roll onto one side. And maybe staying on your elbow as you move the bolster from underneath you. I'm going to set the bolster above my head here. And from here, I'm just going to keep our knees bent and come onto our back, arms out to the side. And from here, we're just going to bring our knees up and allow the knees to fall to the left. And if you feel like you want to put the bolster underneath your knees, you totally can here. You can leave your gaze up to the ceiling or take your gaze to your right fingertips. Whatever feels right for you today. And begin to feel your body settle in, allowing a little more pressure in each body part to be touching the floor or the mat. Almost like it's about to sink in a little deeper. Every exhale welcoming a little more settling, a little more softening. And just breathe. Breathing into that lower back. Allowing the exhale to soften any tightness. And take a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And just settle a little deeper on this exhale. If your gaze is to the side, you can bring your gaze back up to the ceiling. I'm going to take our knees back up to center, maybe a gentle rock side to side. And then slowly with control, lowering the knees to the other side. Again, you can keep your gaze up to the ceiling or take your gaze to your left fingertips. Feeling your body settle in. Just taking a note of all the points that are touching the mat or the floor. How every exhale can lead us deeper into the floor. Softening there. Just allowing your body to relax. Allowing your body this sacred pause to honor how you feel. Opening these areas that tend to hold emotion. But just allowing whatever is to be, even if it's nothing. Just allowing. No resistance. And we'll take a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And allow your body to completely soften. And when you're ready, you can return your gaze to the ceiling. Bringing your knees back in, maybe a little rock side to side, pulling the knees to your chest. And when you're ready, choosing your shavasana. So it could be that today you'd like to just take a constructive rest. So your feet are as wide as your mat, knees are knocking in towards each other. You could take the traditional shavasana, or you could take your bolster and put it underneath your knees. For another variation, taking a little pressure off your lower back there. And just breathe. And just taking it all in. All the poses that your body touched today. Experiencing this moment, the sounds you hear, your body touching the mat, the temperature of the air around you. Maybe even looking inward, sensing your heartbeat, sensing the blood pumping in your veins, touching that energy that we've got moving a little more so that we're a little more aware of that sensation of energy and aliveness. Just taking it all in, allowing it all to be. And as we lay here, we can begin to just be present. Even in this moment right now, so much is happening within your body. And we allow it for our highest good. Again, noticing your body touching the mat, back of your head, your shoulders, your back, your hips and glutes. Noticing where your body's touching the bolster if you're using it. Where your heels are touching the mat, where your legs are touching the mat. Allowing all those places to be so heavy. Just allow. Accept where you are so that you can ascend. Just breathe. And when it feels right, you can start deepening your breath, extending your inhale and extending your exhale, moving your body from the inside, and then bring that movement out to maybe a gentle movement in your fingers and toes, maybe rocking your hands and your feet side to side, your head side to side. When you're ready, just bring yourself to a comfortable side. And taking a few deep breaths here. And when it feels comfortable, allowing yourself to come up to a comfortable seat, maybe with your eyes still softened or your eyes still closed. And from here, just allow yourself to settle back into your sit bones, allowing your spine to be tall. And then maybe bringing your hands right onto your heart, right flat, palm on palm. And notice your breath and your heartbeat. Notice how you might feel different now than from when we started. And just know that it's okay to not be okay. And that takes as long as it takes. And it will come and go. But we honor that pain. That pain is a representation of what we loved or what we desired. We can be present with it. Offer it the space to be there. Offer it our compassionate listening. And not try to change it. Just let that pain, that grief be what it is. And in doing that, we also allow that grief and pain to pass. So with your hands on your heart, let's take a long, slow, deep breath in, breathing in all the love and the support around us. And breathing in again, just a little bit more, all that support within us. And ever so gently let that go. Do that again. A long, slow, deep breath in. Pause for a moment. Inhale again. And gently let that go. Maybe bringing your hands into a prayer position, bowing down to your heart. All those parts of your heart. So much gratitude for being supported and being able to support. Gratitude for showing up today and allowing this time and space for any pain to surface itself. Even if it didn't, we gave it the opportunity to. So I thank you. I thank you for showing up on your mat and being here with me. Namaste.